ghost goblin. Mwah. Me and Cuddles and Two-Face too have come. Download the whole game. It started. Oh no. Oh no. What's going on? Hello? Oh god. This is called ice cream. 1. Oh gosh. No, this is the real scary thing. Ants. La 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 la. You got it. You got it. Come on. La 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 la. La 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 la. Like what? Like what?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh. I'm scared. Oh, they're closer. Oh god, where am I? Now look through the window. Oh god. If you're out there, please. Oh, it's the ice cream. It's the ice cream man. It's the ice cream.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't you want to try my delicious ice cream?
Oh.
Get in here, you little bastard.
What did he call him? Why? I'm not helping him. Why don't we just leave? You need to. That boy needs your help. Really? I will take this. Hold on, what's the things I'm gonna take? What do we have to help him? Not being selfish, just. Oh, I'm crouching. Okay, where's they gonna be? Can I not shut this? Like, he's gonna pop out again and come and get me. And I called him a little bastard. So, nothing there. It's not everything in it. Look at that. There's no rope. I'm supposed to be looking for rope. Why would I have rope in it? I'll be honest, no one has rope. So, can I not go? Why don't you just jump out or be at water? I'm not over this. I saw the shouts. What do you know? He's a blue snake. I'll take this. Oh god. Right, I'm gonna take it, but just hold on. It's a slingshot. Look, you need protection. So I'm taking protection. Really cute. Right then. Bring it on. What's the matter? No, just. What? I'm scared. He's gonna pull me in, ain't he? Be careful. It's to hide. We're gonna. Here, right in there. There's a crack in the.
I'm going to kill some kids today. I'm looking for the chump fluffy ones. I'm going to find you some chubby kids, and we're gonna make some ice cream fun.
Drop something. What do you drop? I'm scared to go in there in case he comes back. He ain't gonna come back. I'm gonna come back, has he? I know it's kind of disgusting. I'm gonna drop my slingshot. Go to the van and place it. What did that even happen? Shit, what actually happened? So cute. Oh no, he sees me. Oh well, oh no. No, stop it! Oh no. Oh no. Stop it! I'm looking at that bullshit. Why don't you just stay inside? How kid is like this? You see shit like this you want. Right, you're a poster. You see shit like this you want. Tell an adult. What you doing? Mate, I got a place in the bay. For God's sake. Right. Right, you're not gonna like see me, are you? God. Then just up. Come back up the road. Come back in, look back in. You piss off. You think I'm coming out there for you're not think I'm about me. Leave. Run away. Where's he going? Where's that big out there? Can I put this in front? Okay. I'm very scared. Let's turn this into a different place. Let's just react to scary stuff. Because oh my god. It's just so creepy. Too creepy. Right. Scary. Yeah. Right. What you got for me? Oh god. Ah. What?
It all started 3 weeks ago.
Alright.
My mom disappeared. She was at home in the morning, nothing different. She hugged me, saying goodbye, wished me luck with school, and gave me a packed lunch.
Okay.
And when I got home that evening, she wasn't there. She didn't come back. So we called the police and all of the search was set up. The whole town came together and held a giant search party, lasting through the night, but there was no sign of her at all. She had just completely vanished. The weeks since were hell for both me and my dad. Rumors started spreading through town, and particularly around the school, that my mom had been murdered.
What?
were hell for both me and my dad. Rumors started spreading through town, and particularly around the school, that my mom had been murdered. Dad took things a lot worse than I did. He was a carpenter, so it wasn't unusual behavior for him to disappear into the garage for a long time to work on a chair or table or something. Especially, it was what he always did when he was stressed. I figured that's just how he was dealing with the grief. We barely spoke over the next couple weeks. He was locked in there from sunrise to midnight. And we might bump into each other at one point, but he'd just say goodnight and went to bed. Sure, it was a bit weird, but I understood that he was going through a lot. But the longer he spent in there, the less I was sure he was doing woodwork. There were large bottles of bleach popping up in our bins, and Dad barely took any breaks. One night, I had waited for him to go to sleep, and I crept down to try to open the door. But it was locked tight, and Dad always had the key.
Damn it.
But today, when I came home from school, he was in the kitchen, freshly shaved, showered, had a rested face. He was totally different from what he'd been for the last couple of weeks. He was cooking. My dad used to love grilling, and his steaks were always amazingly delicious. So it was a nice change, since I fed myself only pot noodles and soup for a few weeks. He set down two of the biggest, bloodiest steaks I had ever seen in my life. But it looked kind of different. Not bad, but just different. Dad tucked into a steak straight away, and I did too. It was a bit tough to chew, but the seasoning and flavors tasted just as good as the rest of the steaks were. We had finished pretty soon, and I was feeling full and satisfied. Then Dad said something I can't stop thinking about. I doubt they'll ever find her body. His voice didn't sound sad or depressed. I didn't say anything, just stared at him. Hearing what he said sent shivers down my spine. Then I thought of the steaks.
No.
The late nights in the garage.
No.
Hundreds of bleach bottles.
No.
And my dad's weird behavior.
No.
Did he feed me her body?
No.
Or am I just overthinking it?
No. No.
What do I do?
Definitely overthinking it. Come on. Come on. No one's that. I saw something.
When I was 16, my parents, brother, and I were living in an apartment on the 4th floor. Every night, we heard crazy laughing outside of our house.
Crazy laughing.
At first, we just thought it could have been a neighbor taking care of a sick person, so we didn't worry about it. Then one night, I heard laughing again. It was 11 p.m., and everyone in my house was sleeping. I got out of bed and looked out the window, and I saw nothing. And as soon as I looked out the window, the laughing stopped. It was kind of weird, but anyway, I just went back into bed and slept. After that, I had to use the bathroom at 4:30 a.m. The bathroom was downstairs in the hall, and the bathroom window was facing a big field of grass and a parking lot. After I finished using the bathroom and washed my hands, I heard that crazy loud laugh again for about a whole 30 seconds. It sounded like this person.
The shit is that? I'm coming to get you, Timothy. Oh, hell no.
Didn't even get
You hear
tired.
scary laughter.
He seemed that he needed to catch his breath from this loud and long laughing. I proceeded to look out the window again, and then I saw a group of about 5 dogs going crazy around something. And when the dogs moved, I absolutely felt fear.
What?
There was something. Another dog.
What?
I think it was a dog. It had a dog body and paws, but not a dog face. It had a human face, and it was staring at me. It looked at me for a minute and then started to slowly smile, and then laughed again. And that was the same voice that I've heard constantly. I ran to my room, but I couldn't go back to sleep. The next morning, I told my parents and brother what had happened, and they thought I had a nightmare. I said that I swear it wasn't a nightmare, but they didn't believe me. They just laughed and ignored it. Everything felt real. I know it was 100% real. But the next few days went by, and I didn't hear anything. And one day, it was getting quite dark outside. I did end up getting a cold from swimming, so my parents and brother went out grocery shopping without me. It was 9 p.m., and I took my dog for a walk for a little while. There was an abandoned house down the block,
Yeah, I'm coming.
and my dog took off running